You ready? You can come out now. Good, go. Stand up.
Trippy. Groovy.
Time. Present day. Setting. A sports bar in some U.S. city. Four important historical figures are discussing past and present historical events. Among them are Andrew Jackson, Andrew Carnegie, Huey Long, and Ho Chi Minh.
Mr. Jackson, do you know what pros and cons are?
No, I don't. Please do tell me.
個第時間有大學。
Right, so does that mean that progress is the opposite of Congress?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Andrew Jackson, 7th President of the United States and General from War 1812. Good to meet you, good sir. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Andrew Carnegie. I was a generous philanthropist and I was also the captain of the steel industry.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you. I'm Huey Long, also known as Kingfish. I was the governor of Louisiana, and I believe that every man should be a king.
So long.
Yes, sir.
你好，個第時間大學，Ho Chi Minh，個第時間 Long live the North。
Nice to meet you.
I heard him say something about the North. What North is he talking about? Damn Canucks?
I think he meant North Dakota.
I thought he was talking about North Korea.
Dakota, Korea，個第時間大學，Việt Nam都有。
What's a Vietnam?
個時間大學，Oasia Asia，個第時間 French colony Asia 1954，個時間 United States，個第時間大學 Square communism，個時間個第時間大學。
What's communism?
頂個現代大先，天道大先。
The Vietnam War calls for a sharp decrease in U.S. economy and also caused citizens to be suspicious of federal authority. You can see the decrease in support for the war as shown by the anti-war protests going on in America during the time. Until Nixon called for Vietnamization, it was the gradual pullout of his troops from Vietnam.
The Vietnam War led to a flood of hundreds of thousands of Vietnamese to other countries. It brought to prominence the psychological effects of war like PTSD, mainly alongside the Watergate scandal and My Lai massacre caused widespread public distrust of the government and changed the way America approached war.
How do you know all that?
iPhone, $600 US.
That reminds me of my time as general in the War of 1812.
I've heard of your victory at New Orleans, General. What was it like?
I was surprised they were able to defeat the British so badly. Even the Federalists, their lack of unity and patriotism toward our cause, but yet we emerged victorious.
The War of 1812 weakened Native American strength as they suffered the highest percentage of casualties relative to population. The war interrupted Atlantic trade, forcing U.S. industry to grow. The victory led to the rise of American nationalism. At the Hartford Convention, the Federalist Party discussed secession, which ultimately led to their demise in the era of good feelings.
The U.S. has had another recent war that has had an unfavorable opinion. President Bush insisted that Hussein and al-Qaeda had weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, but none were found.
Which was preceded by the war in Afghanistan.
Why did the U.S. invade Afghanistan?
雷射兵先到 ，boom，what's that？大約 jet fuel，或者是呢 steel beams。
Min was right about 9/11 causing the war on terror. That day, 4 passenger planes were hijacked by terrorists. 2 were flown into the World Trade Center, 1 was flown into the Pentagon, and 1 was en route to Washington, D.C., but was crashed by the passengers into the Pennsylvania area.
或者是呢擴大嘅這個 Patriot Act 或是呢 invasion of Afghanistan。
What was the Patriot Act? It sounds patriotic.
The Patriot Act allowed the federal government to spy on citizens, attacking the Fifth Amendment and severely limiting citizens' rights, so it wasn't very patriotic.
Wait, earlier, did you say every man was king?
Did you just realize that I said that?
I thought you were kidding.
No, I wasn't. Every man should be equal. You said something similar in your book, The Gospel of Wealth.
No, sir. I said the wealthy should use philanthropy to help the poor. The majority of the money should be held by the few, the rich, who know how to handle a lot better than the poor.
You, sir, are a damn fool.
Every man a king!
The Republican guaranteed that of Rockefeller.
Do you need ice for that burn?
What's the issue you two arguing about?
新兵擴大嘅時候會
This is also an issue today because the wage gap is at its highest since the 1920s. Now, today, the top 1% control 90% of the wealth.
Why don't you tax the rich more or use a different taxing system?
Because almost all politicians are funded by massive corporations so that they will favor conservative economic policies like tax cuts for the rich.
開世界係有時呢我哋新兵人。
However, this law would have to get passed through a conservative and corporation-funded Congress.
官兵政府帶有官兵。
Pretty much, but it can't happen if enough pressure is put on Congress to pass such a law. More citizens need to vote. This can be achieved through mandatory voting or by creating a federal holiday so more citizens can vote. In the 2008 election, only 61% of citizens voted, and the majority of them were 50 and over.
Why not pass a force bill to make everyone vote?
What is now South Carolina, Mr. Jackson?
Well, the country's military today is much larger than it was when I was president.
The NS-68 bill was passed under the Truman administration, caused a dramatic increase in the military size. President Eisenhower warned of this rising military-industrial complex in his farewell address.
What is now what is military spending for the Reagan administration? What's 22% of the U.S. budget on 2007 under Bush administration.
This is all very interesting, but I hear something near the time machine.
Who are you?
Carl Reed!
Carl Reed!
You could say that was long overdue.